This is Twit.
Well, it's finally happened. A company has been granted the rights to stream the equivalent of cable TV over the internet. In a groundbreaking deal between Dish Network and the Walt Disney Company, Dish will be allowed to stream Disney's movies and channels to phones, tablets, and other devices without the viewers needing a cable subscription to Disney. In exchange for those rights, Dish agreed to delay its ad-skipping feature for 3 days after shows are played on the air. Joining us to explain this arrangement is Peter Kafka, who is a senior editor for Recode. Welcome, Peter.
Hey, guys. How are you?
This is the first deal of its kind, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a big one. A lot of folks have been trying to get the programmers to hand over their stuff for a web TV deal, and none of them have done so yet. Intel spent a year trying to do it. Sony's still trying to do it. It's a big deal that Dish got these rights. Doesn't mean they're launching a service, but it means they're much closer to launching one than anybody else so far.
Now, of course, I haven't been in the room with all these negotiations. Everybody's been trying to do this. Intel, Apple, huge companies have been trying to land a deal similar to this, and yet Dish was able to pull it off. And I have this sense, and again, it's just a general sense, that all the other companies went to the various content creators and cable companies and said, look at how good this could be. You can make all this money, and essentially emphasize the upside. What Dish had that the others didn't is this auto-hop ad-skipping service. They essentially are kind of like eviscerating the model of the financial model of these companies, and they said, you know what? We'll remove that for 3 days, which I believe is during the ratings period, a 3-day rating period, in exchange for this deal. Was that the thing that made this deal possible?
So AutoHop is interesting, and it was a lever that Charlie Ergen could use in negotiations. I don't think it was the main thing. I think there's two things. One, if Intel or Verizon or Apple or Google want the same deal that Dish got, they could get it. It means basically sort of replicating the existing pay TV structure that already exists, and a lot of them don't want that, or have said they don't want that. I'm not sure how attractive this will be to consumers if Dish actually launches it, but that's a separate question. The other main thing is that Dish is already in the TV business. They've already doing deals with ESPN and Disney. They already had a deal that had expired. They were renegotiating an existing deal. It makes it much easier, I think, for someone who's already in sort of the TV industrial ecosystem to sort of go ahead and extend that deal and say, all right, in addition to the deal we're already doing, now we're going to offer something over the web, as opposed to coming to it from zero. I think that's the main thing to keep in mind here.
Peter, Dan Patterson here. Is there any indication of what type of content? I mean, simply saying they got Disney, that's is it carte blanche? It's a tremendous deal. If so, is it television? Is it movies? Is it everything? Is it legacy stuff? What are the content of this deal?
They spelled it out. They said you'll be able to get. They named 5 channels. There's actually more that they didn't spell out, but you'll be able to get ABC
Disney
TV,
channels,
Disney, ESPN, all those channels, the stuff that you are already getting if you're getting Dish or Satellite or Time Warner Cable or Comcast. That's super valuable stuff. The same stuff you could normally get through pay TV, you can now get through this service that Dish has yet to launch.
Now, I'm not a sports fan, but I believe ESPN is the big one here, right? Isn't that the biggest cable provider?
Yeah,
company?
it's the most valuable cable network, I think, by far. It's the one people pay the most for, whether they want to get it or not. And it's considered sort of a must-have for any sort of traditional pay TV package.
And this includes ABC, right? So they're actually going to stream live ABC programming over the internet?
Yeah, if you get cable TV right now, if you get pay TV, if you get Dish, DirecTV, then you know exactly what Dish is getting here. It's all those same channels that you would normally get from Disney. It's live TV. It's the thing that everyone says they want to offer and have yet to offer.
Now, do you have a sense that this is going to usher in a big wave of similar deals by all these companies? Now that the precedent has been set, is it going to be easier for the Apples of the world?
It certainly could. Again, if Apple wants to replicate that kind of deal, and I'm not sure that they do, because you have to think about sort of where this gets you. Let's say Dish or anyone else goes ahead and gets other deals like this and eventually sort of replicates what you have on your pay TV box, on your set-top box. What you end up with is something that's going to look pretty much like what pay TV looks like, and it's going to cost more or less.
Well, speaking of streaming video over the internet.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we had a little hiccup with the Skype there. Peter.
From 30 Rock. The question is sort of what consumers will want. Will you want to replicate what you're already getting from pay TV over the web? Is that a better experience? To me, it seems the killer app is something that they haven't offered yet, which is the ability to pick and choose these channels and say, I like Disney, but I don't want ESPN, or I like ESPN, but I don't have any kids, so I don't need the Disney Channel. So let me pick and choose those. Right now, that's not on the table. You're going to have to get some kind of bundle.
Yeah, I don't think that's even anywhere near the table. They definitely don't want that kind of thing.
Right. So, I mean, this is a big deal. It's very exciting for me because I cover this stuff, and people have been waiting for a version of this for years now. I'm not sure.
There we go. More Skype.
About the launches. Looks like it froze again.
Fine. Yeah,
Sorry.
froze again. Well, Peter, I want to thank you for coming on. This is a pretty interesting a deal, and it was a really great story you had on Recode.
Thanks. Talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you. And again, you can find Peter on Recode.net and on Twitter at pkafka. P Kafka. That's where you can find him on Twitter.